Hi, good morning. Speakers tend to get up on a stage and what's the first thing they say? I'm so happy to be here. Have you ever thought to yourself, okay, honey, well, why are you so happy to be here? I have when I'm in the audience. So I'm going to tell you why I am so happy to be here today. Let's be real. I'm talking to a room full of caregivers, which means you are the most badass, exhausted, heart-centered people on the planet. Yes? And you showed up here today, which is like a standing ovation for me. You are my kind of people. You laugh in the hallway when your loved one or client is not looking. You cry in the car. And somehow you remember everybody's snack preferences. Of course I want to hang out with you today. And you're so busy caring for someone that you will spend 5 whole minutes wondering if you did brush your teeth or you just thought really hard about it. I actually do understand the caregiving experience. In 2020, the first year of COVID, I flew back and forth from Colorado to Baltimore every 2 weeks to care for my father who was dying of cancer. And this went on for 10 months. It was myself and 2 other people in the airplane, and I was still petrified that every time I walked into my parents' house, I was going to give them COVID. Folks, my goodness, I had no understanding of the physical, mental, and emotional toll that regular caregiving takes till I had that experience. So I have mad empathy for you, the people doing this day in and day out. If anyone deserves a break, a laugh, a reminder that you are so important and you're not alone, it's you. If I can bring even a little bit of that here today, that's why I'm so happy to be here. How's that? Good. Okay, it's story time. It's 1997, the summer. New York is hot and sticky, and I, as a budding Broadway performer, was just as hot. This is me in one of my productions of West Side Story. Shark, not a jet, just to be clear, even though I've got a blonde wig on. And I performed. I performed in regional theaters. I lived on a cruise ship for a year. I did national touring productions. I did all of this. And I've been dancing since I was 8. I'm still a dancer. I still dance. But I'm not 8 anymore. I turned the big 5-0 last year. If anybody wants to tell me I look good, you're my new best friend. And I still dance, but now when we do this dancing thing, now my body says to me, oh, we're doing this again? You'll pay tomorrow, tiny dancer. Back to 1997. It's a typical Tuesday night, and the despair of the day is starting to set in. I had been to multiple auditions that day, like I did most days, and I got cut multiple times. The despair set in because I knew I was going to pound the pavement tomorrow and do it all again. Now, the dance really begins at about 11 o'clock at night. I would tap dance my way down my 5 flights of stairs, beeline it to the corner deli, and proceed to buy everything. A pint of ice cream, a box of donuts, the nasty 1-month-old banana nut muffin that had been sitting in the deli for a month. Half a sandwich, bag of potato chips, bag of pretzels, grab it all up, tap dance my way, back up my 5 flights of stairs, plop on the couch, and proceed to eat everything as fast as I possibly could before I realized what I was actually doing. This set of behaviors didn't even have a therapeutic name back in the 90s. It does now. It's called BED, or binge eating disorder. Now, the irony of an eating disorder is that it often has a theme of control. But the irony is the thing that we're trying to control, the thing we fear the most, is often the outcome that happens. And that's exactly what happened to me. Can you think of what I might have been most scared of? Let's take a guess. Weight gain. Well, a little eating disorder that started as a whisper grew into a lion's roar, and 50 extra pounds went on my body, shutting down my dance career. Unfortunately, I know that there's a subset of you in this room that can really relate to this idea of having a self-sabotaging behavior, because the statistics tell us it's true. In any moment, between 20 to 65% of people are struggling with some kind of self-sabotaging behavior. Now, it could be something in the eating realm, or it could be something else. So think about that. Let's just say there's 150 people in the room. That means between 30 and 98 people of you right now are struggling with a self-sabotaging behavior. We can also call that a bad self-care habit. Yeah? Okay. Should we take a breath? Now, in all my years of getting through my own eating disorder, so from my own personal journey, and then from my professional training as a holistic health professional and a leadership performance coach and an ICF certified coach in different areas, I've come to understand this idea of self-sabotaging behaviors through this idea. Any self-sabotaging behavior can be interpreted to the lens of what we call disembodiment. Another word for disembodiment is disconnection, and it starts disconnection from self. So to really understand this concept, let's look to the opposite, which is embodiment. Embodiment's kind of like a sexy, popular buzzword, isn't it? What do you think of when you hear the word embodiment? And this is a real question. You can raise your hand and tell me. What do you think of? Is it a state of being? Is it a feeling? What do you think of when you think of embodiment? Yes?
It's everything coming together.
It's everything coming together.
All of the stuff, whatever you are trying to do.
Whatever you're trying to do, want to be, the whole self. Yes. Anyone else? Yes.
To really own something that's a part of you.
To own something that's a part of you. Anyone else? I love these.
Is it, what was a lot of it is filling out my skin, feeling fully, like that deep breath.
Fully filling out who I am. Thank you. Excellent definitions. As I share with you my definition for embodiment, I invite you to open your mind to the idea that embodiment is even bigger than what you think it is. Now, at its core, embodiment is about the body. And there's a lot of things to laugh about when it comes to the body, right? I heard a big laugh over there, Kristen. I mean, look, there's things you can squeeze. There's things you can move around and play with. There's things you wish didn't move so much. And I'm staring at a room full of people with strong bodies. You know how I know that? Because you're here. Look, your health may not be exactly where you want it to be right now. Your weight may not be exactly where you want it to be right now. But your body is powering your physicality. It is powering everything you do, everything you feel, and everything you think. Your body gives you signals all day long about how you feel. Your body even gives you signals about protecting you from danger. Ooh, the trees just shook. There could be a tiger in there ready to jump out and eat me. My body just told me that. And somehow, your body's wisdom always tells you what corner the cat peed in. So your body is powering all of this, your physicality. Now, besides doing the obvious things like getting you in the car to come here and giving you exceptional cat pee radar, your body also has a grand function and purpose. And that grand function and purpose is to give you a physical experience, to see what it feels like to eat the double chocolate brownie with caramel oozing from the layers and experience that pleasure. It's to see what it feels like to have pain, to touch a hot stove, to break a bone, to deal with an illness, or to lift a weight and move like this. So, your body's physicality is viscerally tangible with sensation and movement and pleasure and pain. And it is viscerally tangible, but less obviously so, with thoughts and squirrely things called emotions and an even more squirrely thing called your spirit. How you inhabit your body is the most important part of your ability to have the human experience you want to have, because everything runs through your body. It is through your body that you get to interact with yourself and interact with everything outside yourself. People, situations, work. It is through your body that you get to take care of your body and your mind and your soul. Everything runs through your body. But hopefully, you are not running a disinfectant chemical through your body to kill COVID like Trump said in 2020. Sorry, that just came out. Hey, I'm just the messenger. Stop it, there's no laughing on Saturdays. So everything runs through your body, which means being in your body is the path to being who you are. And wouldn't you want to be in that body as best as you possibly can? Yeah? You guys are quiet. Come on, yeah? Okay. Let's give you some tips for how to do that. Have you ever heard this before? Bring your whole self. This is exactly what you said. Bring your whole self to everything you do. What did I hear? You love that? What does bring your whole self even mean? That's a rhetorical question. You don't have to ask that one. You don't have to answer that one. But think about that as we are talking about this next session. What I'm going to share with you now is a model of what I call the 4 channels of embodiment. These are 4 channels through which you can be embodied at any time. And if you can be embodied through one of these channels, that also means you have an opportunity for exceptional self-care through each of these channels as well. So first, let's just see what they are. And on your tables is a card, if you want to look at this a little bit closely, that has the channels on it. Okay, now each channel of embodiment is an opportunity for self-connection. Remember how I started this? And I said we understand problems, we understand an eating disorder, we understand self-sabotaging behaviors through the lens of disembodiment, disconnection. Well, when we get embodied, we are getting self-connected. We are turning that around. So, most of us think of embodiment as the first channel, the physical channel of embodiment. That's what it is to be in our bodies, deal with all the flesh, the health, the sleep, the food, the fitness. That's the physical channel of embodiment. But you are embodied mentally every time you think. You are embodied in the emotions channel every time you feel. And you are embodied in the spirit center channel when you know yourself. When you feel like, how you doing? That's embodied in your spirit center channel. I did that because I was from New York. You get that, right? How you doing? I could do the whole thing in a New York accent. I could, but it would be a little annoying after a little while. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Or I could do it in a Baltimore accent. Baltimore is like flat. The vowels are very flat. My mother calls me up and she says, Cyn, when you coming home? Never, Ma. I'll keep it neutral. My actress training had me neutral American accent. That's what we're doing here today. Okay, we have our 4 channels of embodiment. We know what they are. Now let's understand, how do you get more self-connected through each one? What is this all about? Let's talk about the physical channel first. What do you think it would look like if you are well embodied in the physical channel? This is a real question now again. What do you think it would look like if you are well embodied in the physical channel? Does it mean you have a perfect body? No. What does it mean? It means you're fit? Okay. It could. Healthy. Anyone else? It's not a trick question. Everything is functioning well.
That you're okay with what you got, because everybody's definition of health and is all going to be different. But
Yes.
whatever the definition is that you have for these things, and you're okay with that, you're fine with it. Never mind what everybody else thinks, but you're okay with wherever you are with all.
What is your name?
Cheryl.
Cheryl? You get the gold star. Let's give it up for Cheryl. Being well embodied in the physical channel means that you have a strong relationship with these elements in the channel. It does not mean it's perfect. This is a real important point. It's not that your weight is perfect. It's not that your health is perfect. It's that you have a relationship with these elements. Now, what are these elements? We have health, which encompasses food and fitness, weight, energy, pleasure and pain, vanity. Yeah, vanity is part of it. Have a relationship with it. And sleep. It doesn't mean it's perfect, but it means you're engaged. So if I'm well embodied in the physical channel, I am going to care about what I put in my body for food. I am going to care that I get my body moving at least 3 times a week and move it around. I am going to care that I have great sleep routines so I get enough sleep every night. I have a relationship with these elements. It's a dance that never ends. That's embodied in the physical channel. If we are well embodied in the mental channel, not just embodied, but strongly embodied, we have a relationship with what? Our thoughts. What's going on up there? Do we even know what we're thinking? Be amazed how we often don't really know what we're thinking. That's where self-sabotaging behaviors come in. We're on autopilot. We're not thinking. We're checked out. We are disembodied. We are disconnected. We want to get embodied. We want to know what we're thinking. What is our belief operating system driving our life? What are we thinking as we go through the day? What are we telling ourselves? Do we have an inner critic barking at us all day long? Or are we thinking more positively about who we are, what we can do, and what we're capable of? That's being well embodied in the mental channel. Makes sense, right? Anybody want to throw tomatoes at me yet? No. Okay, just checking. Good. Because I have a nice outfit on. Emotions channel of embodiment. When we are well embodied in the emotions channel, folks, it's not that we're happy all the time. It's that we are processing our emotions when they come. Being a coach and a holistic health practitioner for over 20 years now, I can tell you that the biggest place of disembodiment for most of my clients is that they don't know how to feel. They are scared of their feelings. They don't want to deal with them. They don't know how to do it. Most of us didn't have models of how to do it well, including myself. I had to learn. I had to learn what that means. What do you think a binge eating disorder is all about? Don't want to feel something, put food in your face. Now you have a sugar high. Great, I can stare at the wall and not think or feel anything. Right? I'm marginalizing it, but you get the idea. Being well embodied in the emotions channel means you become a ninja emotional processor. And it runs your life. It helps your life a lot. That's all the therapy you're getting for today. Being well embodied in your spirit-centered channel means you know yourself. This is where your values live. This is where your essence lives. This is where you know your gifts and talents. I like to call that native genius. You know your native genius. You all have a very specific type of native genius as caregivers. Could somebody please raise your hand and tell me what your native genius is? Because you probably don't even realize it. I want it said out loud. No, this is not rhetorical. Come on. Yeah. Yes, it is. What else? Patience. Compassion. Love. Service. Forgiveness. How about skill? What skills do you have that other people do not have? That's in your native genius and you use them so much you don't even realize it. Say it again? Insightfulness, yes. Yes. That's not a natural skill of the general population. Insightfulness. Anything else?
Redirection.
Redirection. What does that mean?
Somebody needs guidance to take a different path.
Somebody needs guidance to take a different path. Oh, I love that. Heather Lutzie's here. Acceptance. Thank you. So we can be well embodied in all of these channels, or we can be not well embodied in all of these channels. Now, when I shared with you my eating disorder story, it is safe to say that I was completely disembodied in all 4 channels. In the physical channel, I certainly did not want to have a relationship with my body, especially as the weight started coming on. I didn't want to think about it, I didn't want to deal with it, and I definitely did not want to be in my body, which is very ironic considering I'm a dancer. You can see the problem here. In the mental channel of embodiment, I didn't want to be in there either. I didn't want to know what I was thinking. I was completely disconnected. And when I did pop in, it was like a wasteland. It was a wasteland of negative thinking and inner critic and, oh, you'll never be anything. You'll never get on Broadway. Why are you even trying? You're so dumb. Go back home. Constantly. The emotions channel of embodiment is probably where I was the most disconnected. Because like I said before, I didn't want to feel anything, so I ate. And in the spirit center channel, because I was so disconnected physically, mentally, emotionally, I had no idea of my power, my essence, my gifts. I did not embrace them. So the journey of healing the eating disorder was a journey of getting embodied in all 4 channels. That was the self-care. That was the healing. Pretty neat, huh? It took time, of course, but it happened. All right, now I just shared with you my Brene Brown vulnerable period of my life. So what can we do with this for you? How can you use it to your advantage? And my company's called the Embodiment Advantage. Did you see what I did there? Thank you, it's good marketing, says the marketing expert over here. Thank you. How can you use this to your advantage? I have good news. Don't you like when a person starts a statement with, I have good news, instead of brace yourself? The good news is you do not have to get well embodied or strengthen your embodiment in all 4 channels at one time. As I've been talking, you might notice that you, in your own mind, for yourself, was more drawn to one channel over another. Maybe there's a certain set of self-sabotaging behaviors you're dealing with right now that falls in a certain channel. Maybe there's a way that you know you could take care of yourself better that you're not, and it aligns with a certain channel. So the good news is you only have to pick one to get going. And as your coach, I would encourage you to only pick one. It is too overwhelming to try to dive in and change your diet and start exercising when you haven't been doing anything. And now you're going to get your sleep routine perfect. And now you're going to, I'm going to be a ninja emotional processor today. No, too much, can't do it all at once. Pick one. What's tugging at you the most when it comes to your self-care? What's not going great right now? Is it your weight? Is it your body? Is it your sleep? Is it your relationships in your life, you're really reactive. You got to deal with that emotional side. What's happening? Let that be your clue. Pick one and imagine what could change in 90 days if you focused on just getting more strongly embodied in one channel of embodiment. Imagine what could change in 90 days. It's a cool thought, isn't it? I'm going to leave you with this idea. I call it the 3 Ds. Don't demonize desire. What you want is what you want. Don't demonize desire. How you want to take care of yourself, what you want to achieve, what you want to see change is perfect. It's perfect in your journey. The thing that I see so many people do is, I shouldn't want that. That's too hard. They'll find all these reasons why they're not going to do something different. Don't demonize desire. Put the 3 Ds up on your mirror in lipstick and go for it. 90 days to change. Deal? All right. These cards on the table, you can take them home. If you want a little reminder of what these 4 channels are as you're going through your next 90 days, take one home. On the back of the card, you can get another card. If you want to stay connected with me, fill out the back of the card. At minimum, you can tell me your email, and I'll put you on my email list, and you'll get lots of goodies and fun things from me. Not too much, though. Promise. At maximum, we can have a follow-up chat about anything you want with suggestions on the card. So if you would like to stay connected with me, please fill that out and give it to me, like hand it to me. Don't put it on the table over there. I won't find it. Come bring it to me. And I will be around likely through lunch or later, so please come up, talk to me, ask me questions, tell me about your journey. I'd love to meet you. And that's all I have for you today. So thank you so much for being here. I'm honored to start your day. Thank you.